Arsenal, you can't be surely. Arsenal, you cannot be surely. Do not tell me you're about to do what I think you're about to do. This felt like a foregone conclusion league title. I'm not going to put too much pressure on it. But Arsenal, I'm getting a bit worried. I'm getting a bit worried there. Arsenal 1, Aston Villa 2. Let me say it the other way around. Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 1. Villa Park is a scary ground. Villa Park is a tough ground. And the thing is, they beat Manchester City at home as well. Aston Villa right now are 3 points off Arsenal in the title race. 3 points off Arsenal. As this video comes out, Manchester City haven't played. Manchester City can go within 2 points of Arsenal. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a title race. This is what we've wanted. You know, because it felt like Arsenal might run away with this. You know what I mean? They have the most complete squad. Their defensive record was unbelievable. But often in Arsenal fashion, and I'm not going to come here and do the whole bottle. Often in Arsenal fashion, they get injuries to key positions. They get injuries to key players at the wrong time. And that is something that you have seen so far this season. Gabriel, we know Arsenal have had injuries, but they've gotten through them. But the injuries of Gabriel and Saliba not only has affected Arsenal, you know, in terms of their defensive solidity, because I look at Hincapi, I look at Calafiori, a bit shaky defensively at the moment. But it's also affected them going forward. It's affected them on the ball. It's affected them how they defend high. It's affected their aggressiveness in duels. Not only that, but it's affecting a Declan Rice. It's affecting a Zubimendi. Because when I'm looking at Declan Rice now, he's having to play a lot deeper. It's like he's having to hold the hand a little bit of a Hincapi. He's hold the hand a little bit of a Zubimendi. You know, when I look at him it's a lot. I'm not seeing the marauding runs. So you saw it at the end where he put the ball across, but you didn't get to get enough of that in the last few games since Gabriel and Saliba have been out. And I think that's affecting Arsenal's play massively. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, they're not having that level of energy going forward. Right? And I think that's a massive concern. They need to get a Saliba. They need to get a Gabriel back ASAP, because Hincapi and Mosquera and stuff, they look good when they're alongside Gabriel, when they're alongside Saliba. But so far, it's been a bit up and down for Hincapi since they've been out, you know, playing alongside Timber, playing alongside Mosquera. And obviously now Mosquera's out for 6 to 8 weeks. So the injuries are piling up for Arsenal. All of a sudden, you have your aggressive 1v1 lockdown winger in Timber now having to play centre-back. Then now you're having to play your backup choice in Ben White at right-back. All of it, it's all mismatch at the back over there. And they're having to overcompensate. But Aston Villa, take nothing away from Aston Villa. They were fantastic today and they deserved their win. I thought Aston Villa were the better team today. I thought Arsenal came out in the second half brilliantly. Leandro Trossard doing what Leandro Trossard does because he's just a madman, right? But then him even coming off injured for Martinelli. The injuries are piling up. It's winter time. It's winter part of the season. The games come thick and fast. The whole squad is going to be needed, 100%. But you know what? One thing is, when you hear about squad depth, people think squad depth means, all my injuries, I have to have all injuries, and the bench players have to do the job. No, squad depth, that doesn't mean that's not what it means. It doesn't mean just because you have squad depth, you need all your players injured, right? But overall, I thought Aston Villa competed well. I thought the midfield, Yuri Tillemans, I thought the way he was getting on the ball, you know, he's showing the side of the game where people think is gone. You know, you can't be that level of player. You have to be a peak athlete to be able to do anything in this league. But Yuri Tillemans shows the brain. The ball moves faster than the players. The brain is in work, and he was brilliant today, in my opinion. I thought Onana was good. I thought Kamara was good. Onana came off, of course, Declan Rice got him in that duel, but I thought he was good today. they matched Arsenal physically and they actually matched Arsenal technically. And I thought I thought I thought Villa deserved the win. I thought Ollie Watkins had breakthroughs that he should have taken advantage of. He had opportunities. Raya made some good saves. Arsenal obviously had their opportunities as well, but then I thought the gilt edge ones were for Villa. I thought the gilt edge chances were for Villa, and Arsenal came out in the second half positive, hooked Eze. I was saying, Arsenal needs somebody in the attack to step up. I'm telling you, listen, when I said that, he went and scored a hat-trick against Tottenham, so it looked crazy, but I still think you can get more from Eze. You need to get more. You can get more from Bukayo Saka. You can get more from, we'll talk about Gyokeres in a sec. Arsenal still need more. I've said numerous times, I've not seen a team win a league without an attacker be in player of the year conversations. I haven't seen it. I need to go, let's think about it. Go all the way back, even going back to Leicester with Vardy and Mahrez, and Man United with Rooney and Ronaldo's and Salah and Mane's and Haaland and KDB, all these. I haven't seen a team win a title without an attacking player being in the conversation for the best player in the league. So that's why I call on Eze to do more. That's why I call on Bukayo Saka to do more. They need to do more, you know, in my opinion. But then you have the £65 million striker, Victor Gyokeres. I've been trying to keep it kind of calm with Gyokeres in terms of like him because he's new to the league and I like to give people time. I have not really gone in on Florian Wirtz. I haven't really gone in too much on people that are new to the league. But Victor Gyokeres does not look like an Arsenal player. I'm just going to be honest. Victor Gyokeres, his came on at halftime, can't hold the ball up, no sense of real movement, in the box movement's not there either, very stiff, very not unagile. You can't knock it long to him for him to chase in this league. Maybe in Portugal you could, not in this league where everyone is just as athletic and strong. I'm looking at that signing as a... Maybe I'll give him the grace because he just came back from injury, but when I'm looking at what Arsenal quality is, I'm not talking about what they've done so far, the quality of player, he is way below an Arsenal standard player, in my personal opinion, for a team that's going to win a title. He is way below that level. But not only that, I'm looking at the Arsenal team today, and of course it's a bit patchy because of the changes. I thought Zubimendi was disappointing. I thought Zubimendi's been disappointing in a lot of these big games. I know Arsenal fans rate Zubimendi very, very highly. I'm jury's still out for me. You know, I look at him and I think to myself, he could do more. Jury's still out for me. I think on the smaller side again, I look at him as an international player. When it's a bit slower and you can knock the ball side to side, I think he looks good then. But I think about these type of games, I think about some of the big 6 games that he's had. The bigger teams, I just haven't really been convinced with Zubimendi so far. But I think what he's offered to Arsenal is, you know what, when I was saying when he came to the league, I said he's going to be like a Jorginho. He's got a bit more aggression, but I still think as a metronomic player, I still prefer Jorginho. I'll be perfectly honest. But I think he'll probably grow through the season. And listen, it's not going to be too much of a concern, probably when Arsenal get their players back. I thought the game was weird one because I thought in the first one thing that, listen, I really like Martin Odegaard. I've actually been someone that defends Martin Odegaard through everything that the criticism that he's had. But one thing I will say is Odegaard takes too many touches. It takes too many touches that sometimes you can do something. I was told when I was young, watch the top players, and I noticed Premier League players, they do things in 3 touches max. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. The dribblers obviously take more touches, but it's like bam, bam, bam. But when I look at Odegaard, sometimes I'm thinking, move the ball quicker. He's taking 5, 6, 7 touches per time he gets the ball. So I'm like, you're slowing it down a little bit. But in the second half, he's the one that was really trying to make something happen. He was sliding it across. There was a couple offsides. He took that long shot, which Dibu made an unbelievable save. But it did start to become a little bit like the Odegaard show in that 15-20 minute spell. It was the Odegaard show. And I was thinking, how is Saka going to get involved in this? How is Declan Rice going to get in this? How is Gyokeres going to get involved in it? It really felt like if anything's going to happen, it has to go through Martin Odegaard because that's the way the team were playing. It's like he's very ball dominant. And if you're going to be very ball dominant, you have to be effective GA wise in these kind of games, you know. And I thought that's what was just lacking a little bit. But I thought he was trying to lead the charge, but again, it became a little bit of the Odegaard show. I thought Saka was good, but I still think he could be better. I thought it was okay. Taking off at 1-1, which shows that Arteta's changing. He's not afraid to make these substitutions anymore. But I thought Saka can be better. I mean, for a player that's in the world-class conversations, I still expect more. And I think it's gone past the point. Every time I talk about his injuries, Arsenal fans tell me stop talking about it. So it's getting to the point where now you're expecting big things. You're expecting big things in these type of games. And I didn't think that, you know, he delivered to that level today personally. But I got to give a shout to Aston Villa again, man. I thought today they were brilliant. I thought Matty Cash was really good. I thought Maatsen was really, really good. You know, Ian Maatsen. Sancho came off the bench and actually had an impact towards the goal. BUENDIA, lovely finish. But this is what Unai Emery does. Every time he's written off, every time people want to criticize him, he still produces. They started the season with 5 wins, no goals, and now they are sitting second in the table, 3 points off the top. 4 wins in their last 6 at Villa Park against Arsenal. Unai Emery is a top coach. He's a top gaffer. And I thought after this summer that they had, I was like, ooh, Harvey Elliott, Sancho. Did Villa get sold short here? But he finds a way to reinvent the wheel, man. We got to give him massive, massive, massive credit, man. I really like what Unai Emery's doing. I really like Unai Emery as a manager. I think his reputation, just because of what happened at Arsenal, is massively it's a massive disservice to the type of level of gaffer that he actually is. You know what I mean? And now he's got Aston Villa looking like a top 4 cert. So shout out to Aston Villa, shout out to Unai Emery. And again, that midfield, I thought, of Villa was just brilliant today. I know Rodgers was on the periphery of things, trying to dribble, trying to get past people, but it was that midfield 3. Ollie Watkins, I thought there was areas where he could have done a lot better, but the runs, he was stretching the defense. He makes you look like you're playing an open game because his runs, you look at the difference between an Ollie Watkins run and a Victor Gyokeres run, it's night and day. It's night and day. So big shout out to Aston Villa. That's a solid win. Ezri Konsa, consistent as always. Consistent as always, man. But Arsenal, this is a big loss because now the title race goes within 1 game. You know, it goes within 1 game. And I'm on record saying that I thought Arsenal, after beating Bayern Munich, are looking like the best team in the world. Of course, injuries came, but I thought they're looking like the best team in the world. Please don't make me have to go back on that comment, you know. City have Sunderland at home. That's not going to be easy. So there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee there at all. So yeah, Chelsea have Leeds. I'm not going to talk about Liverpool. Chelsea have Leeds. Chelsea have Bournemouth away, which ain't going to be easy either. So this could be a week where maybe Arsenal can be like, whew, we got lucky there. But Aston Villa are here. Aston Villa are here as well. But it's getting to that period, winter, January, where teams start to drop points where you didn't expect. But you look at Arsenal's next few fixtures. They've got Wolves at home. That could be 5-6 if they really wanted to. Everton away, Brighton at home. Then they got Villa again. So they're probably looking to try and get 3 wins on the spin if you really want to win this title, guys. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn your notifications on. Let me know what you think. Guys, we hit 60K. Thank you so much. Please continue to subscribe, continue to watch. And now it's the road to 70K, I guess. Guys, it's your boy CultureCams. I'm out. Peace.